Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a daily habit we completely take for granted, drinking water. But here's the thing. The rules of the game totally change once we hit 50. What kept us going in our 20s or 30s, yeah, that might actually be leaving us dangerously depleted right now. It's a surprisingly complex biological shift, and we're going to break it all down.
Tell me if this sounds familiar. You often feel tired, dizzy, or you get these random headaches for absolutely no obvious reason. It's incredibly frustrating, right? You're sleeping enough, you're eating well, but boom, you hit a wall of sluggishness, or a lingering headache just ruins your afternoon. Well, the problem might be a lot simpler than you think. A lot of adults over 50 easily miss the sneaky culprit behind these daily annoyances, and that is a simple lack of hydration. The warning signs are literally right there, but man, they are so easy to overlook.
Which brings us to part 1, the aging thirst trap.
So, think of your body's thirst mechanism like the fuel gauge in a car. Now, imagine you're driving an older model, and the needle on that gauge starts getting, a little sticky. That's exactly what happens inside us. As we age, our natural sensation of thirst becomes way less noticeable. It's essentially a broken gauge. This means that if you're feeling constantly thirsty, that isn't just a basic symptom, it's a glaring, flashing warning that your internal check engine light is failing. Honestly, you're probably already dehydrated by the time you actually feel the urge to grab a glass of water. The huge takeaway here? Please, don't wait until you're extremely thirsty to drink. We have to anticipate the need before the gauge even registers it.
Let's keep moving. Part 2, head and skin warnings.
We're grouping these 3 external and neurological signs together because, honestly, they are so often just dismissed as part of aging. We're talking frequent headaches, dry skin, and a dry mouth. But here's the reality. Your skin and your mouth act like a mirror for your internal hydration. Sure, dry skin can have a bunch of causes, like rough winter weather or shifting hormones, but dehydration is frequently a major contributing factor. I mean, think about it. If your body doesn't have enough water to run your critical internal organs, it's absolutely not going to spare any extra moisture for your skin or your mouth.
Let's actually zoom in on that first point for a second. Frequent headaches. We're talking about a throbbing or aching pain in the head, and believe it or not, this can sometimes be directly triggered by a lack of proper hydration. If you're someone who constantly reaches for pain relief because of a lingering ache, just pause. Evaluate your water intake first. Dehydration might be quietly fueling those headaches behind the scenes. Simply drinking water regularly throughout the day can completely support proper hydration and alleviate the issue before it even starts. It's just a totally foundational step for keeping things running normally.
All right, moving on to part 3, energy and muscle impacts.
The absolutely crucial thing to remember here is that water acts like the essential engine oil for your body's internal processes. Even mild dehydration, just a tiny dip, can make you feel super sluggish or tired throughout the day. You really don't have to be wandering a desert to feel the effects. Just a slight drop in fluid levels can completely zap your energy and leave you feeling drained by like 2 p.m. Water is just absolutely essential for the countless microscopic processes that keep you functioning energetically.
And here is exactly how that physical drain plays out. It's like a domino effect. Step 1, your fluid levels drop. Because there's less fluid, step 2 kicks in. You might experience dizziness or lightheadedness, basically because your cardiovascular system has to work a lot harder. And then, bam, step 3, your muscle function is impaired, which can potentially lead to really painful cramps. Hydration plays a massive role in muscle function. So while cramps can definitely happen for a variety of reasons, a lack of hydration is super often the primary trigger. It's a sequential hit to your mobility. Now, quick side note, if that dizziness from step 2 becomes frequent or severe, you absolutely need to consult a healthcare professional.
Let's head down to part 4, digestion and output clues.
So this brings us to one of the most reliable, everyday metrics you actually have at your disposal, the visual contrast in urine color. Generally speaking, pale yellow indicates better hydration. You're doing good. On the flip side, darker yellow can strongly suggest you need to up your fluid intake. Now, fair warning, there's a caveat. Certain foods, dietary supplements, and medications can definitely alter these colors. But as a baseline, daily check-in, this color comparison is a fantastic, incredibly simple tool to monitor your status.
Moving just a bit further down the digestive tract, we hit another, pretty uncomfortable warning sign, and that's constipation. Water is absolutely fundamental to supporting healthy digestion. Not getting enough fluids may directly contribute to poor digestive health and constipation for some folks. You really have to think of water as the main transport mechanism for your digestive system. Pairing proactive hydration with fiber-rich foods is just an incredibly powerful, natural way to combat constipation and keep everything moving smoothly.
Okay, let's pull it all together in part 5, taking hydration action. I want you to consider this your ultimate screenshot moment. We've laid out the 8 warning signs organized by the bodily systems we literally just toured. Look at how interconnected all of this is. In your sensory system, that broken gauge leads to constant thirst. For your output, we are watching for dark yellow urine and constipation. Up in your head and skin, the major red flags are frequent headaches, dry skin, and a dry mouth. And finally, for your energy and muscles, watch out for unexplained low energy, dizziness, and muscle cramps. If you are ticking off multiple boxes on this table, your body is practically begging you to upgrade your water intake.
Now, before we wrap this up, it's really vital to remember that hydration needs completely vary from person to person. This explainer is strictly for educational purposes, so please don't take it as medical advice. Everybody's needs are totally unique based on size, activity level, and medical history. If you have any concerns about dehydration, or if any of the symptoms we covered today are just stubbornly persistent, always speak with a qualified healthcare professional about your personal health needs.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. How much water have you actually had today? And is your body trying to tell you it's simply not enough? It is time to shift our mindset. We need to move from passive drinking, only taking a sip when that broken gauge finally alerts us, to truly proactive hydration. Keep a glass nearby, pay attention to those daily bodily clues, and give your internal engine the fluid it actually needs to thrive. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and here is to living better and way more hydrated every single day.